Hey friends, welcome to our Midweek Moment. Pastor Nicole here. This week we continued on in our sermon series, All Hands on Deck, where we're talking about what does it mean to have all our hands on deck as we work together to do what God has called us to do. And we're kind of framing it by looking at the stories in the Bible where Jesus does ministry on a boat, a little nautical theme. This week we talked about the story where Jesus calms the storm. And, that story, the disciples are in a boat. Jesus is asleep. The storm rages in. They are so scared. And they wake Jesus up and he calms the storm. And then he asks them, "Where is your faith?" And we talked a little bit in the sermon about what does that mean? Why did Jesus ask them that? Where is your faith? Was he trying to imply that if the disciples had enough faith, they could have calmed the storm themselves? I kind of wonder if that's what Jesus was trying to get at. I've been thinking about that idea and about how God does sometimes call us to have faith in the midst of a storm, to not just sit back and hope that it turns out for the best, but to be proactive and to act and to do something about it, to pray, to take action, to do whatever might need to be done in order to calm that storm. And I think sometimes we're like the disciples and we think, I can't calm that storm. I have no idea how to calm that storm. I'm not gifted to calm that storm. There's no way I can calm that storm. And I wonder how often Jesus would say to us, "Nicole, where's your faith? Why aren't you having faith in this situation? Why aren't you trusting me? Why aren't you trusting yourself? Why aren't you trusting that I will work through you?" Because the truth is, anytime we might be called by God to calm a storm or to step out in faith, he doesn't expect us to do it alone. He doesn't expect us to just figure it out by ourselves, but he expects us to lean on his guidance and his wisdom and his presence and his power to calm those storms. I think sometimes we don't have the faith. We forget that, oh yeah, I have the power of God, the power of the Holy Spirit, the power of Christ with me. I am not doing this by myself. I'm not facing down this storm alone. I have somebody greater than me working with me. And I wonder if that's really what Jesus was trying to get at for those disciples, to just say, hey guys, did you think you were alone? Did you think you were facing this storm alone? Do you think that I would abandon you, that God was going to abandon you, that you were just watching this storm rage on and that you were going to perish all by yourself? No. Where's your faith? Why did you forget? Why did you forget that you have God's power in you? So as we think about those storms in life, and yeah, there's always something going on, right? There's always storms in life. I mean, I could name off a dozen right now. And when we face those storms, we're not doing it alone. But we do need to have faith, and we need to not shrink back from it, but to stand firm in our faith and to know that God is with us and to know that we can face down even the fiercest of storms. I ended my sermon on Sunday with a quote from N.T. Wright, and I just think it's so good that I'm going to repeat it in case you didn't get a chance to hear the sermon or if you forgot. And I don't have the exact quote, but he says something along the lines of, either we can have faith in God or we can face the storm alone. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to face the storm alone. No, thank you. No, thank you. I would much rather lean on God than to try to face that storm by myself. So, whatever storm you are weathering in your life, know that you are not alone. Have faith that God is calling you to stand firm, to take a step of faith, and to face that storm down, not by yourself, but with God's help and God's power in you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Join us this weekend. It is Consecration Sunday, so we're going to be consecrating our pledges to our 2024 budget. We are going to be talking about our final story of Jesus on a boat, and it is a good one. You won't want to miss it. So we hope to see you there either in person or online. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.